I'm Steve Hooser. I'm a professor of veterinary toxicology in the Department of Comparative Pathobiology at the College of Veterinary Medicine and a veterinary toxicologist at the Animal Disease Diagnostic Laboratory at Purdue University. Well, death cap mushrooms are members of the genus Amanita. And so we have Amanita mushrooms growing in Indiana and throughout the United States. Death cap mushrooms, Amanita phalloides, grow mostly on the west coast, some on the east coast, but most of the cases that we see in both animals and people are from the California and the Pacific Northwest on up into British Columbia. But we certainly have Amanita mushrooms here in the US. And Amanita mushrooms look, to me, pretty much like every other mushroom that pops up in your yard. Okay, so here's a picture of an Amanita mushroom, and it looks to me like a little white toadstool mushroom. They come in various different sizes. They can be slightly different colors. Here's another photo of a person. This is an Amanita mushroom from California with a person with their hand to show the kind of size they are, but they get a little bit bigger. They get smaller. They sometimes look like little button mushrooms and sometimes like big toadstools. And you really can't tell the difference. It takes an expert really to identify which ones are the deadly ones and which ones are the ones that you can eat. And so for me personally, I don't try to make that decision at all. To me, they're all suspect. The reason we first noticed it, that these kind of poisonings were happening, was because there were a whole group of cases of dogs being poisoned in August and September through the central third of Indiana. And it was just very strange to us because normally we don't get cases of dogs having really, really severe liver damage. And all of a sudden there was a half dozen of them within a few weeks. And as we started looking at where they were coming from, it was kind of in a band through central Indiana. And when I talked to the mycologist at the Purdue Herbaria, who are the experts on this around here, they said, yes, these mushrooms frequently do start growing summer, fall. They start popping up after rains in the August, September, maybe into October. And this is pretty typical for these kind of mushrooms to grow here. So if somebody, their dog gets out and they see it eating a mushroom, or they think it ate a mushroom, it's very difficult to know exactly what to do because we don't know which are the deadly ones and which are the not deadly ones. So I would suggest that we err on the safe side. If we see our dog eating a mushroom, that we take him to the vet right away. Because there is no specific antidote for it. And the poison is absorbed into the body really fast. So what you can do, if this happens, is you take him to the vet to try to limit the absorption of the mushroom straight off as fast as you can. And to do that, induce vomiting, give them activated charcoal to try to absorb it. And the main thing is, do what you can to keep it out of the system. So the thing is, you know, most of the time, the mushrooms they eat are going to be just fine, not poisonous at all. But if they do get hold of one of the bad ones, it only takes one mushroom. And that could be enough to poison them, and you just don't know. Yeah, to avoid this, you just have to avoid letting your dog eat a mushroom. Avoid letting your cat eat a mushroom too. I mean, we have mushrooms in our yard that just pop up every once in a while. And so my family and I, we try to watch before we let our dogs out. And if there's a mushroom out there, we go out and pull it up before the dogs get to it.